Hello and welcome back, everybody. So in this video we're going to be painting the bumper and the rear lip, which I'm pretty excited about. There's been a lot of work that's gone into it, and now I'm finally going to get to see exactly what it's going to look like, because when it's a bunch of different colors you can't really tell. So it's great painting weather, honestly. It's a beautiful 82, feels like 85. It's cooled down a bit. It was a little bit warmer earlier, but yeah, it's not too bad right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and get after this. So I've already gone ahead and scuffed everything with 180 after using a guide coat, and everything came out pretty good. I wanted to show you guys these bumper tabs that I made as well. So this right here is where the bumper tab was, and it was kind of a hole. It looked somewhat like that, but it was totally ripped through right here because, you know, I tore the bumper off, or somebody before me did. I'm not really sure who broke it, but you know, it was a broken bumper tab, so this thing was just loose there. So what I did was I used the same stuff that I used, the U-Pole Stronghold. I'll show you guys this stuff. It's really awesome. Well, I'll put a link to it in the description if you guys want to buy some of this stuff. But this stuff right here is the bomb. You mix it together. It's a two-part with a hardener in there, and you actually used, in my opinion, I think this is the best thing to use, but like some waxy back of your sandpaper, like that you peel off with a peel and stick sandpaper, and you just lay it on half of this and then bring it over, and after you've scuffed both sides you just squeeze it like that and make sure that it oozes throughout the entire thing, and then it'll form its own new tab there, right? And so then you can just sand this to shape, and then you can drill your own hole in it, and then you've repaired your bumper tab. And this thing is like strong. It flexes with the bumper, like everything is one piece. I'm not afraid that this is gonna crack or anything. It's really awesome. I don't know if you guys can see the flex there, but yeah, it's like really strong. I'm pulling on it hard, so this is like a really great way to fix a broken bumper tab. So I wish I showed that, but you know, maybe in a future video I might show it. But yeah, so went over it. There's still some deeper scratches here, but I think for the most part we're gonna be okay. I'm just gonna lay the primer down really thick. If we got anything, we can use some fine filler or whatever later on. But yeah, we're looking pretty good. I think we're just about ready to spray. So I'm going to tack cloth everything, and I'm gonna get my respirator in check, find the best one that I have, and yeah, just get to painting. I need to thin my primer out a lot because it's like the thick primer in the bottom of the can. So we'll see if we can do that. And I'll show you guys the lip too, which is looking pretty good. I tried to sand out all the rough areas. Also hit this with 180. But yeah, it should be pretty smooth. We had like a big blemish in this side. I sanded that whole thing out, tried to smooth everything out, and yeah, so I'm liking the way it's coming out. So I'm gonna go ahead and get prepped up for spraying, and see you guys in a minute. So what I have here is a can of adhesion promoter, and this stuff right here is great for when you're spraying these plastic body parts right here, like bumpers, and anything that's plastic on cars is typically made of the same stuff. It's a vacuum form made or whatever, and there's all kinds of oils in the plastic basically, and those oils, the paint doesn't like to stick to it. So what you have to do is put on this adhesion promoter. I think it's sort of like a sealer or whatever. It's good for plastic, vinyl, and chrome as well. So if you're painting over chrome, this is good to use. I probably will use it when I paint the chrome trim on the car. But yeah, it's good for painting interior like vinyl pieces too and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool stuff. I've always used the Duplicolor stuff, but this time we couldn't find any, so ended up going with the Rust-Oleum. So I guess we'll just see how this stuff is. I assume it's going to be the same clear stuff. It's just clear, and I think the directions say that you're supposed to mist it on. I usually go kind of heavy, but this stuff says, yeah, for best results, apply 2 or more light coats a few minutes apart. So light coats, they don't want you to go on heavy, so that's fine. I don't have that much, so I'll just do the bumper with that. And I also decided I would do these 2 bezels here. Might as well prime these, and I'll shoot these whatever color I shoot the car, so they look nice around the little lights in the back. Want this thing to be super nice. So yeah, I'm all set there. I'm just gonna go ahead and get my gun set up, and then I'll just tack rag the whole thing really quick. And I wanted to show you guys what it looked like with my GoPro head mount, but I misplaced it and I cannot find my head mount. So I wanted to have you guys on my head while I did all the work, but Can't seem to find that, so unfortunately I'll have to wait till next time I paint something, but it is what it is. I'll set you guys up in a good location, and yeah, hopefully you guys have a good view of it.
So I hit it with adhesion promoter. I tended to focus on the areas that were, mostly this plastic material, and I tried not to miss any areas. And so it kind of takes on a little bit of a darker color, and it kind of looks as though like you kind of sealed it up a little bit. So I hit that, and I hit those two little plastic bezels there. So we should be good to go. I'm mixing up the last of my primer right now. It's a little bit lumpy, but I just thin it down a little bit and it ends up coming out fine as long as you strain it. So I'm going to mix up the primer right now, and I'm going to get started shooting.
Alright guys, so it is the following day. The primer was obviously dry yesterday, but I waited till today, make sure it was extra dry. I wasn't able to put too much on, I pretty much ran out. So yeah, I kind of ran out of primer. I have to order some more, but I did get, the sealer on, I got the adhesion promoter on, and I got at least a coat of primer down on it. So now when I go through and scuff, I think it's honestly for the better you put one coat down, because then you can get see, I'm not sure if you can pick it up on camera, but there's a lot of little nibs here and textured areas where you can just hear over these areas. It's very textured. That's just because of the plastic and the way that it sands. Sometimes it leaves these little areas like that section right there. So these kind of have to be sanded down, and once we sand that flat, the primer kind of does a good job of sealing it. I've painted plastic parts before, so this does happen. It's not the end of the world. It's not too bad on this, actually. When you paint a part that's fully plastic, sometimes it can be worse than this. But yeah, based on this, I think we're going to be okay. So I'll probably block this down with 180 at some point. Right now, I'm going to throw it on the car, but at some point, I'll block it down with 180, and then I'll hit it with primer again, and then it should be ultra flat and ready for the final block and paint. So that may have to happen with multiple body panels on the car, but I did get the lip painted as well, and this does have some pinholes in it, just like the spoiler. So you can see there's some crap on it, but yeah, here's a couple of bigger pinholes right there. So I'll just fill those with some spot putty before I sand it, and yeah, those should be all filled in. We shouldn't be too much trouble here. Some more over here. But all in all, bezels came out pretty good. Those are ready for a little sand, and I'll paint them base coat. But yeah, so everything looks pretty good. I'm gonna try to bolt the lip up onto the bumper right now, and then I will bolt the bumper onto the car. I just have to drill some holes in the tabs because I went ahead and made new tabs, but they need holes. But I think I want to line it up on the car first. So I'm gonna go ahead and get this thing mounted, and then we'll see if we can get it on the car and see what it looks like. So I got it all mounted up. It looks really good now that it's the same color. It flows much better. I think it's gonna look really sweet. My only concern now is that it is kind of flexing the bumper in like a weird position. So I'm hoping that the bumper fits on correct. I don't know if you can tell, but the bumper's like all tweaked. So hopefully it still goes on without cracking the lip off of the bottom. Should be fine. So gonna go ahead and throw in the side bezels here. I'm gonna clean up the inside of the housing. Those things are nasty. So I'm gonna try to clean all this crap off and throw these things back in, and then be ready to throw it back on the car. Damn guys, this looks sweet. Oh my god, I'm so pumped. That looks so dope. It looks like an S14 or something. Wow, that's so awesome. I haven't clipped it in yet because I just remembered that both of my screws that go into the fender or into the quarter are both like rusted and frozen. So I gotta figure out how I'm gonna deal with that. But I will get that situated, and then I'll be able to mount this thing. I'm just gonna mount it with zip ties for now, just because, you know, not gonna be the final mounting time. But oh my god, it looks so awesome. Holy crap, I'm so pumped. That exhaust is like centered enough, like it's close enough, you know, it's not gonna burn it or anything. Oh my god, it looks so awesome. I'm so pumped. That side view looks great too. Looks much lower in the back. Wow, I can't wait till the side skirts are primed and everything. This thing's gonna look so sweet. Alright guys, let me get this thing fully mounted, and then I'll be able to show you guys what it looks like with the trunk closed and all that good stuff. Alright, I don't know if you guys are ready to see what this thing looks like, but it's pretty amazing. It looks pretty sick. I'm really excited. The bumper's not fully mounted, but for all intents and purposes, it's mounted. It's essentially the way it's gonna look. The lines aren't perfect, but I think this thing looks sweet now. Like, I mean, it's just so much more aggressive looking, and you know, it's got such a better look down in the back now with the exhaust all covered up. All you can see is the tip coming out. Looks really cool. I'm pumped. But yeah, awesome. Bumper still looks a little bit misshapen, but I don't think anybody will ever be able to tell. My mounting holes are drilled too far in, so I gotta widen them so I can bring the edge of the bumper out a little bit. But I was able to get the factory screws out by using some vice grips, so that worked out. But yeah, I'm pretty stoked with how this came out, guys. Hopefully you guys like it. I think this thing's really coming together. I got one more piece I want to buy for the front grille, and that's the only other piece I want to buy for the car. I think I'm going to use the stock side skirts as of right now. Can always do that later, but yeah, I want to do the trunk next. There's some rust I got to fix, and I want to fill in these holes for the emblem here. But yeah, I think that's going to be it for this video, guys. Might have been kind of a short one, but hopefully you enjoyed anyway. I really wanted to show you guys this bumper on the car. I'm stoked that I got it on, and yeah, I'm really pumped. Like, this thing's going to turn out really sweet once I get it all done. So yeah, stoked. Thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate it, and Remember to like, stay tuned for more, but I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.